All right, guys, this stuff is new to me, so hey, and welcome to my channel. I decided to go live to answer a ton of questions that you guys are posting on my channel. And oh, we have Brian Anderson. Hi, Brian, bear with me. This is my first time going live, so I'm trying to work with my camera here. Can you hear me? Say something if you can. Message me if you can't hear me or can hear me. I'm sorry. Let's see. Can you hear me? Oh, okay, great. Okay, well, I did this right. Yay for me. So I have a ton of questions that you guys want to ask me. So I'm here and available. In the meantime, get your questions together. And I'm going to just give out a shout out to a few people that have either purchased merch or donated or purchased a corporation or actually subscribed and hired me to build their business credit personally. So those people are Paul at Carousel Broadcasting. So thank you so much for your purchase. Grant Weber, he purchased a corporation. Joshua Maitu purchased a corporation as well. And Foster Maya actually did a consultation and purchased my ebook, step-by-step guide on building business credit. And Maikisu Abdul, and he again purchased a Chef Corporation. So thank you, Michael. Let's see here. So if you guys have questions that you want to ask me, go ahead and ask away. Outside of that, I'm actually going to just give you guys my next step. I apologize for taking so long to record a video, but I've been out of town and then my home is 2 levels, so I can't reach the ceiling. I had to actually hire a company to, re-battery my smoke detector. So that's done. You can't hear anything in the background. Oh, net 30 accounts. Okay, great. From Brian Anderson, can I name some of the net 30 accounts? Yes, of course. Quill and Uline. Granger are not reporting. Let me give you some new ones, okay? Let me just give you all of the, excuse me, I have a little call. Let me give you all of the net 30 accounts. So the net 30 accounts that I have that should report to business credit should be number 1, Uline. The second one would be Tiger Direct, and you can go to tigerdirect.com. The third one would be Tech Depot, www.techdepot.com. The next net 30 account would be Sunoco.com. And the web address would be www.sunoco.com. You want one more would be Rapid Fuel. They're actually a net 30 as well. So rapidfuel.com. And just for kicks and giggles, I'm going to give you one more, and that is going to be Nebs. And it's www.nebs.com. So I hope that helps you, Brian. More questions, please. Whatever questions that you guys have. Let's go. I'm here. Absolutely. I won't email them to you, but what I will do is once I'm done with this live, I'll go ahead and attach it to the description, and that way you can get a copy of the additional net 30 accounts. Yay, you got your DUNS number. That's awesome. Okay. Well, you want to make sure with your DUNS number not to you want to make sure that everything is just in place. Your website, your email address, your business email address, your business phone number, your business address. So that way, you're so welcome, Brian. So that way, at least Dun and Bradstreet doesn't, um, just kind of put notice on your corporation that you don't have an active website or your business phone number isn't tied to a commercial address. So you just want to make sure all of that stuff is in place. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Okay, great. All right, so I actually got on here so that I could get some questions answered for you guys. I don't remember like all the other questions that like everyone has put on my channel, but I did want to work on now the revolving lines of credit. I'm sorry, I'm reading messages everywhere. Okay, so if that you've established all that you've established with your net 30 account, and that you've also paid you at least need 5 accounts that are reporting to Dun and Bradstreet. So if that you've established those accounts and you've made your payments, hopefully you've made your payments before the actual due date, then the next set of accounts that you want to apply for are going to actually be revolving accounts. And the reason I say revolving accounts, so we can kind of speed up the process so that we can actually access credit and lines of credit. And so the only way we're going to do this is we're going to go to fuel gas cards. We're going to start out by applying for fuel commercial accounts. And the first one you want to apply for is going to be Exxon Mobil. Exxon Mobil is the easiest gas card to get for most corporations if that you are set up the way that I've instructed you to set up. So you want to go to Exxon Mobil and you want to apply for their commercial card. They're going to approve you for the commercial card. Once they approve you for the commercial card, then you want to pay 3 to 4 payments, and you want to again pay those before the actual due date. They give you 30 days like a regular credit card to pay your gas card. You want to pay those before the due date even hits. So once you actually pay your ExxonMobil card, then 3 to 4 months later, you want to go back and apply for a ExxonMobil Visa or MasterCard. Okay. If that your corporation again is set up correctly and you have been approved for your ExxonMobil account and you pay your accounts on time, then basically you're going to get approved for the Visa or MasterCard. All you have to do is apply for the Visa and MasterCard and you're going to get approved. 9 out of 10 chances you're going to get approved for, a $5,000 to $7,000 limit. Okay. So after the ExxonMobil gas card, you then want to do the same process with Chevron Mobil. Okay. Then after Chevron Mobil, you want to do the same process with, oh, thank you so much. Then you want to do the same process with Chevron. After Chevron Mobil, again, 76 gas station. Now, the reason we do mobile gas cards is because it's so much easier to get a commercial gas card first. And then after we get the gas card, then it's a lot easier for those commercial companies to see that you're a great customer. They'd like to extend more credit to you. And so when you go back to apply for that mobile gas card, then they will basically approve you for that Visa or MasterCard. So we're going to just go through all of the gas companies that we have, which is Exxon Mobil, Chevron, 76, and apply for their commercial, and then go back and apply for the Visa business card. That in itself should give you anywhere from 15 to $20,000 in credit. Okay. Then once you have completed those three applications, and then you go back and you apply for the Visa or MasterCard for that same company, now you have a total of 6 cards, 6 revolving lines of credit. Okay. And then the next company that we want to apply for is going to be Amazon. If you don't have an Amazon account right now, start applying for Amazon. Go ahead and create your business profile. Put everything under your business name, your business number, your business name, your business EIN number, your business DUNS number. Use all of your business information, because keep in mind, we are not including our personal information. This is lines of credit and credit cards that are being approved without no PG. So once you complete your profile for Amazon, then you basically go back and you apply for the Amazon card, the corporate card. After you apply for their Amazon commercial corporate card, you can purchase a few items. Again, pay for those items in advance, and then turn around a few months later and apply for Amazon Visa, commercial Visa or MasterCard. Now, Amazon tend to start their cards out at $5,000 each. So this would actually kind of give you a head start to being able to pay for things that your business may need that you might not have personal cash set aside to pay for yourself. So I hope that the revolving lines of credit that I've given you are very helpful to you, and that you guys understand the process. If that you have any questions, I'm always available via email or via consulting. So I just want to say thank you guys so much. And I'm so happy that I actually set this up all by myself. Normally it takes me quite some time to kind of figure this stuff out, but it's awesome. So outside of that, if you guys don't have any more questions for me, I am going to in the channel. Oh, one more thing. If I get one more person to ask me about CPNs, I'm going to come through my computer and strangle you guys. Oh, thank you so much, William. Rome. You point to you. Rome's question is, at any point do I recommend using personal credit? If you kind of need to use your personal credit to pay for your corporation, or, pay for your phone listing or your website, yes, of course. However, there are tons of lines of credit that you're going to have access to. I mean, for everything that you need for your business, there's a Net 30 account that will approve you without anything. Like, you don't need your social. There's startup companies for marketing. If you need to, get some marketing work done, then there are companies out there that will supply you with pens and tablets and folders and like medical supplies and outdoor supplies and tires. I mean, there are Net 30 accounts that will supply your business with a lot of the things that your business might need. And so again, I have to make sure that I know the details and the nuances of your business so I can kind of guide you. But outside of that, I'm just speaking generally, like ways that I know you can get financing in place without necessarily using your personal credit. Okay, so I answered that question. So back to what I was saying. All right, so if I get one more person that asks me about a CPN, I'm going to literally jump through the computer and strangle you. Only because CPNs, I honestly feel like they are a waste of time and they can get you in a lot of trouble. If that you spend as much time and dedication on a CPN as you would be willing to spend on your personal credit, like your personal credit would be perfectly fine. So again, I do nothing with CPNs and I don't recommend that you guys do anything with CPNs either. I do have a ebook. It's step by step on how to do a credit sweep on your own credit. So that time and effort that you're trying to put into building up a CPN, a number that doesn't belong to you, that could be red flagged at any time, it costs a lot of money to build up a CPN. So don't invest your money and time in a CPN because it could be gone like that. It could be gone at a moment's notice. Invest your time in cleaning your credit. I understand a lot of us don't have perfect credit. Okay. And this route, as far as building business credit, is kind of an alternative route for credit. Like if you don't have personal credit that's built up to go in a bank and get, 50,000, 100,000, use your corporation for now to leverage your corporation for business credit. And you could honestly establish 50,000 in business credit without anyone ever even looking at your social. But when it does come time for you to go into a bank and say, hey, I want, 250,000, at that point, a banker is going to want to look at your personal credit. So for now, you're fine. These are the beginning stages of building your corporation. You guys are perfectly fine up until about 50,000. Outside of that, you are going to need to have someone, or you take the initiative to build your own credit. Let's see, I have a question here. You guys are going through too fast for me. Okay, William. Okay, I could actually. Dun and Bradstreet is kind of they're very picky when it comes to building corporations because keep in mind they actually want to they want to charge you so that they can build your corporation for you. So if that you make any mistakes with Dun and Bradstreet, they will red flag you, and you definitely don't want to be red flagged. You'd actually have to hire an attorney or someone like myself to remove you from that corp and then add you back on there so that you aren't red flag. So I will definitely put together a video on Dun & Bradstreet and how to properly put your paperwork together. Thank you, Michelle. 50,000. The highest that I can guide you guys through without a personal guarantee is $50,000 in credit. Outside of that, in the meantime, I do suggest that if your credit is not, your personal credit isn't that great, go ahead and work on it. I mean, you have time. I mean, like some people can, you can literally get a sweep in 30, 45 days. So you have time. I would be diligent and just work on my personal credit. Outside of that, I think that's it, guys. If you don't have any more questions for me. Oh, okay, Brian. Okay. You can actually reach me via my website or my email. Website is www.milliondollarcorporations.com. And my email is info@milliondollarcorporations.com as well. I think I got everything. Okay. If that is all, you're welcome. Okay, if that is all of the questions that you guys have, what was? Oh, I see. Okay, hold on one sec. I'm sorry, I'm reading and trying to. Oh. Oh, okay. So Rome has a question, and actually, this is an awesome question. So he is a 800 score and is thinking about transferring his personal debt to his business credit debt. I think I said that right. That is an awesome idea. It's a great way, Rome, for you to get rid of some of the personal debt. As you get into the revolving lines of credit, you do want to do a balance transfer and transfer that debt over into your corporation. That way, you remove the personal credit from you personally, and it's transferred to your debt, to your corporate debt. So I hope that answers your question. But it's a great idea and great question too. Sure, I will add that in the description. Hi, from I'm sorry, ghetto baby. That's so funny. I don't understand your question. Just rephrase it. You're welcome. Um, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying. Okay. Oh, okay. I got it now. All right. So, how do you build credit without getting an authorized user? Are we referring to personal credit or corporate credit? Because I'm giving you the steps corporate wise to build the credit. Now, personally, that's a different phase, and I have answers for that as well. I'm not sure if you want to do personal or corporate credit. Ghost. Um, I will try and do one this week. He wants to know when he can expect the Dun and Bradstreet video. I'm gonna try to fit it in my schedule, guys, because I do run an office and um, like I get like really super busy, and then the videos. But you guys are important to me, and I do want to help you grow your businesses and build healthy businesses, and so I don't mind recording the videos like when I have the time to do it. So hopefully I'll try and get to the Dun and Bradstreet video this week. Ghost. Thank you for your question. Personal. All right. So personal, if you want to build your personal credit without adding authorized users, then basically what you'd have to do is you would have to start with some of the online accounts. Like I know Jewelry Depot is a good account to establish. It's a primary account. It's not an authorized user account. And I know they start you off with a $5,000 jewelry account. There is a fee of $99. Once you pay that $99, then 30 days after, they report it to your personal account, and it does boost your personal score tremendously. And another question, what's your opinion on doing dispute letters for removing debt, like, say, medical bills? All right, so what will work is in my guide, the step by step guide on credit sweeps, there is a validation letter, and you basically send this letter to every collection company that is attempting to collect payment from you. Um, I say stop them before they start. When they send you this initial letter that says we are attempting to collect a debt, if you reply back with our letter of debt validation, then basically it will just cancel a lot of attempts to even try to collect from you, because we're asking them to prove that we owe this debt to them. And a lot of time the original creditors will sell the they will sell the actual debt to a collection company. And oftentimes they will do that without certain documents. They will do it without the contract, without your signature. They're missing your social, or your date of birth is incorrect. And so my letter of validation basically requests for a copy of the contract that I signed. It also does request a copy of the dollar amount that the original creditor sold the account to them for, because oftentimes the collection agency will try and they'll buy your account for pennies, but then they will turn around and try to collect that full dollar amount. So there's a lot of errors and inaccuracies when it comes to like validation and collection companies. So sending that letter will just stop them in their tracks. And even if a collection company does hit your credit, then you definitely want to send that validation letter to the collection agency so that they can prove that they have a right to even collect from you. And 9 out of 10 chances they'll go away with that. Um, The validation letter, I have that in my ebook, which is step by step to credit sweeps, and it's only $9.99. So we have that letter along with other letters to keep you from being just getting frustrated. Like you're cleaning your credit, and then here comes another collection company. So you want to keep that letter as well as the book handy, and it's for every situation that you have, whether it's medical, whether it's a charge off, whether it's a repo, whatever, medical, whatever it is. Like there's a letter that's applicable to your situation. So you definitely want to try and get the ebook if that you can. Um, Now, thank you, Dart. This thing is just going so fast for me. Um, yes, I will add the link below. All the information that I'm giving on this video, I will add the link so that you guys have access to the information. Let's see here. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support and the subscribing of the channel. And like I said, I know I've been absent for a while, but I just decided to do this Q&A on credit and business credit because I know a lot of you guys have tons of questions that are being unanswered. And so I just wanted to try and help out as best as I could. Ghost St. Patrick. If that you have bills that are fairly new and they recently hit your credit, the first thing that you want to do is you want to send the company that just reported this account to your credit, you want to send them a request of resolution to see if that you could try and resolve the issue between them. And hopefully it's not sold to a credit collection agency. And if it is sold to a credit collection agency, you definitely want to send out the validation letter. If it is with the original creditor, you would simply want to request that if you're willing to pay this debt, you would want to request that they give you a deletion, because paying an account that's already been reported, that has already hurt your credit, paying it actually is going to further hurt your credit. I don't even understand why the bureaus do it this way, but they do. So you definitely want to speak with that agency that is reporting the account negatively on your credit, and you want to make sure that you ask them, if you pay the account, are they willing to give you a deletion letter? And make sure that they give you that in writing first before you pay it. And if they are, go ahead and pay it, because that will allow that account to be removed from your credit. Phoenix, thank you. She's a new subscriber. Thank you, and you're welcome to my channel. How to get an authorized user? Well, okay, an authorized user. Basically, if you have a family member or a friend that has great credit, and you basically would ask if they wouldn't mind adding you as an authorized user on their credit card. I mean, and you basically would get their history. Sometimes I have clients, they do the credit sweep with me. Their credit starts out horrible, but then they do the credit sweep, they have no credit. And so then they go to a family member or friend and they ask if they could be added as an authorized user. And once they are added, and depending on the history that that person has, that will determine how high your FICO score is. So I've had some people that get a 600 score as an authorized user because they've been placed on someone's account that's maybe a year or less older. So as long as you're doing 2 years or more and they have perfect payment history, and their debt ratio is very low, like say for instance, they have $1,000 credit card. If they only are using maybe $100 out of that 1,000, then you would get an awesome FICO score. But make sure that you don't get added to someone's card that has a high balance, or else your score is going to be tanked. I hope that answers your questions, ghetto baby. All right. So Dart just has a question. DMB just emailed me and stated there was a new credit signal change. Okay, so it's very common for Dun & Bradstreet to email you and update you. If you have the e-update, then you should be getting notifications anytime there are changes that hit your business credit report. So if they emailed you, then that means that you obviously have a new account that's reporting on your DNB, or that a payment cycle has hit your DNB report, one or the other. You guys have a million questions. Wow. I'm going to try to answer every one of them that I can. Let's see. Yes, ghetto baby, that's the only way. I just, where'd you get that name from? That's interesting. All right. I will definitely do my best, go St. Patrick. I like your name. Um, Thank you, Brian. Have a good night as well. I ghetto baby, I don't think so. Dart, make sure that you pay your net 30s in advance. Um, if you pay them in advance, then your score, of course, will be higher, much higher. Your paydex score, and you'll be more trustworthy as a corporation. So all of you guys who have followed previous videos, make sure to, if you do have the net 30 accounts, make sure that you are paying those net 30 accounts before the due date, not on the due date. Try and pay them before. Outside of that, if okay, okay. Outside of that, if there are no more questions, I am going to go ahead and say good night to you guys. It's a little late. I just kind of wanted to get this out of the way. Dart, student loans, you can always defer them. If you can't pay them, go ahead and defer them. Oh, also, I got some great news. So, if that you are receiving supplemental income, there's a way to permanently like get rid of your student debt. Also, if you have served in the military, there's a way to permanently get rid of the debt. And also, if you are working as a teacher or a medical physician, there is a way to get rid of the personal debt. And all of this information is in my ebook. It's a simple letter that you send to the Department of Education, and basically that debt is consolidated and resold to another corporation, but ultimately it does show paid off on your credit report, which does tremendously boost your credit report. I mean, boost your score. So Phoenix has a question. I want to apply for business bank account, only use my EIN, and they denied me due to my personal credit. How can I stop them from looking at my personal credit for business? So I'm not sure what bank you went to, but if you are a corporation and you have an EIN number, a corporation is a legal person. And so you are only a signer on that corporation. So no bank should be denying you for your personal credit. Okay. The other thing that if that is the case, then the other thing that you can do is you can contact check systems, whoever is reporting that derogatory information, whatever public record is reporting that information. You can contact them and tell them you want a block on your report. That way, that information is not shared to banks. So I hope that information helps you. God, you guys are going so fast for me. Um, Absolutely goes ask for a deletion letter first, so that you can then turn around and send those deletion letters to the credit bureaus and those accounts be deleted off your credit. Because if you pay derogatory accounts, then it's going to further drop your score because the more recent an account is, the more it will ruin your credit or drop your score. So to pay an old account, like if an account is like 2 years or older, I would just leave it alone because it's not adversely affecting your credit. But if it's newer than 2 years, then I would negotiate for a deletion letter. Once they agree to the deletion letter via email, via writing, then I will go ahead and pay the debt. Phoenix, are you the only member on your LLC? Um, Thank you. I will try that. Okay, so that's why the bank is doing that to you. They're looking into your personal credit. I do strongly advise any of ready yet that if you decide to incorporate, that you do it as a corporation and not as an LLC, because as an LLC, you're tied to your income. So an LLC, you can't. It's beneficial when it's an LLC and you need to show, that income as your own. You can tie an LLC's income to your own income and to your personal income. However, um, banks do tend to look at you a little more personally when you are an LLC and you are the only managing member. So if you have credit issues or issues with managed check systems or have had some issues in the past, you might want to, file for a S or C corporation. Was it Chase? Patrick, I'm not understanding your question. Um, let's see here. No, it's a Chase. Can they be removed? Of course, yes, they could be removed. Again, you just have to negotiate those accounts and you have to negotiate removal of the accounts. Yeah, Phoenix, Bank of America is they are pretty good if you're doing corporate accounts. You're gonna run into that issue anywhere. Just make sure that you do a corporate you do a corporate account instead of an LLC. If you have an LLC and you kind of have some personal issues going on, stay away from LLCs. Do corporations instead. A corporation is a legal person, so that corporation is being looked at a lot differently than an LLC. Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right, guys. I think you guys are late owls, huh? All right. So um Okay. Um, yes, Ghost wants to know if I am willing to do a video on S corps and C corps and the structure of those corporations, the advantages and disadvantages, funding and tax write-off offers. Absolutely. Um, I just need to get my schedule together. Like I'm flying everywhere, um, and then I'm working when I'm home, and so I just need to like do a list of videos that I can do like all in one night. So absolutely, yes, I will do a video and I'll include it on my channel. 3 or 4 in the morning. I can't stay up that late. I have to get up at 6. Sleep late, up early. You can actually start an LLC and also build credit. However, if your personal credit isn't up to par, it's going to kind of limit you for a few things because as an LLC, you are a managing member. And as a managing member, banks and lenders have a right to look at you as a look at you personally as opposed to a corporation. Like like I mentioned to you guys before in previous videos, like if you guys aren't big fans of Donald Trump, um, just kind of, pay attention to him. I mean, outside of the shenanigans, he is a businessman and he has literally dissolved hundreds of corporations and legally done. And so, of course, you can do the the profits that you can gain from a corporation are limitless. So I'm not saying to model after Donald. I'm just saying look at his behavior and his attitude towards corporations. And, he will open a corporation and run billions of dollars through it and get billions of dollars from it or millions of dollars from it and dissolve it. And so the things that the lines of credit that we're asking for is absolutely nothing in comparison. So I honestly don't think he's ever had an LLC. I'll have to double check that. I'll have to fact check it, but I don't even think he's had an LLC because you are limited with an LLC unless he just had some powerful members on his corporation on that LLC. So again, if you are looking to do an LLC and you have some powerful members who have 700 FICO score and has great income, then do an LLC. Outside of that, I wouldn't suggest that you do that LLC. The other benefit for doing an LLC is that you get to utilize the LLC income as your personal. Um, oh, good night. Good night, Ghost. Phoenix, what you would have to do is, you know what, let me research your question and I will get back to you. I will actually post the answer into the description area below, if that's okay with you. I don't want to give you the wrong information. I honestly think you have to start anew, but let me just double check it. Um, S corps are not hard to do at all. They like you put in the same amount of work and effort that you would an LLC. They're not difficult to do at all, and they're not very expensive. I think you can actually do. I mean, depending your state, like I know Delaware is the cheapest. Nevada doesn't. Nevada is pretty reasonable. Like, you don't get charged state taxes here. California, I know a lot of you guys are in California, including myself, 6 months out the year. California are really, they're deaf on their taxes. Like, if you owe them, like, you are going to get red flagged for taxes if you don't pay your taxes in the state of California. So just be mindful of the state that you're opening your corporation in. Um, yeah, California is crazy. All right. So, um, Dart wants to know if he can go from a LLC to a S corp or a C corp, and if he will need a new EIN number. Not certain. Again, I'm going to have to get with my CPA, and I will let you know. All right, I would rather tell you I don't know than give you the wrong information. So you guys are very important to me. So I want to make sure that you guys get this stuff like right the first time and not have to have do-overs. So outside of that, I think that's gonna be all, guys. Like, I'm super tired and I literally have to get up in a few hours. So no, I don't have classes for now. This channel will be my class, Phoenix. So just stay tuned and I will try and answer all of the questions that I didn't get a chance to get to because this super chat is like going too fast for me. So I think I did the best that I could do with it. I'm actually surprised that I actually got it up and going. But stay tuned and just post your questions on the channel on one of those channels, and myself or my assistant will get to them, and we try to do our best to answer a lot of the questions. You guys are super smart because a lot of times, like, you guys help each other out and you guys answer each other's questions. So thank you so much. All right, thanks again, you guys, for tuning in, and hopefully I will see you guys on the next live video. I'm not sure when I'm going to go live. It may be tomorrow if I'm not tired, but stay tuned, okay? You guys are welcome. Have a good night and take care.